Hey folks, welcome to the Mike Lopez TV Show. I'm your host, ACMike. We'll bring you all things Atlantic City and our local region. Politics, sports, dining, entertainment, and so much more. On tonight's show, we'll be joined by our guest, Andrew Kramer, Public Information Officer for the great city of Atlantic City. Stick around, we'll be right back. Hey folks, welcome back. Andrew Kramer, Public Information Officer of the great city of Atlantic City, is with us today. Andrew, welcome to the show.
Hey Mike, thanks for having me. Can we say great day?
Great day, man. Right. Great day, absolutely 100% a great day. Listen, as I always say, busy day is a great day, and what we got going on here today, I think we may need an hour and a half to get this show done. Before we go into it, Andrew has been a guest on my radio show many, many times, at least once a week through the last year or so, and we put out this great information to the city, and you do a wonderful job. But what we want to do here for our viewers is let them get to know you just a little bit, Andrew, what you do, your passion, school, maybe even university as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and I appreciate you, Mike, having me on the show today and having me on your radio show pretty much weekly. Like you said, there's so much going on in the city, which I know we're going to talk about today. But a little bit about me. I am a Philly guy, born and raised in the Philly suburbs. I did go to Penn State University, Nittany Lion, go Nits, we are. And then I did live in Philadelphia for most of my professional career after college. I was a reporter, actually, for KYW News Radio. Kind of did all sorts of different things for KYW, but reporting was the hat I think I wore most often, and it's what my passion was. But several years ago, I felt like I needed something a little different. I still love the reporting aspect, but like I said, I'm a Jersey Shore guy at heart, and I wanted to come down to this area. Atlantic City was kind of my dream to come down and work at, but I knew at the time they had just hired a public information officer, which is what I was looking at, so I wasn't sure if that was going to be an option or not. But lo and behold, I found the job opening, interviewed with Mayor Small. It went really well, and I have not looked back since.
Listen, you must have did a great job, because Mayor Small, one thing he knows about public information, marketing, and promoting, whatever it may be. So, that's awesome. Phillies, Flyers, Sixers, Eagles.
4 for 4, all of them. Eagles probably most.
Got it.
Followed by Phillies, and it used to be Sixers, but they're kind of annoying me a little bit lately. But now 4 for 4 guy, but definitely Birds.
This is same
first
here.
And foremost.
Same here. Born in Philly, to about 9 or 10 years old. Came over across the bridge, South Jersey. Just love it, what they do, and we'll talk a little Eagles as we go along. Sure. Listen, one of the things about Atlantic City that I've always found so uniquely. Listen. Not perfect, but perfect for me. After I retired from working at the public safety with the County of Atlantic, I wanted to come full-time to Atlantic City. A couple brothers in the trades helped with the building of Atlantic City. When I say building, carpenters and whatnot. But it always, even as a kid, Andrew, and you touched on it, was one of your dream jobs that you wanted to do something there. Pop used to stick us in the station wagon and bring us there, all 8 of us, and sometimes a couple cousins and Mom and Pop. And just, there was something about that city, whether it was the boardwalk, the beach, the shows. I mean, what, brought you? I know you said that you were just aiming to hit that.
Atlantic City is just such a special place. And, I used to come down with my grandparents a lot. We'd go to Steel Pier, and I'd visit them down here. They used to live in the area, the Steel Pier and all the amazing stuff. But one of the big things that really intrigued me about this place is I know how some people perceive Atlantic City outside of Atlantic City, and some people even in Atlantic City. And I know a lot of those perceptions just aren't true. And I really wanted to make it a challenge for myself to come in here in this job and let people know, just how fantastic a place Atlantic City truly is.
Yep, absolutely. I love it. And what we're going to get into is some of the recent events, openings, and some of the projects that are going on right now. One that's near and dear to my heart, of course, the people. Atlantic City, very ethnically inclined, and the funny thing about Atlantic City, I find, in a good way, and I say funny, Ducktown, back in the day, Italian, strong, right? And there's still many there. But, Ducktown, like many portions of Atlantic City, ethnically, Pakistani, Bangladesh, Irish, whatever, Hispanic, Latino, but they still hold on to that Ducktown or the Inlet. The beauty of the culture of Atlantic City.
Yeah, and Atlantic City really is just a true melting pot. Right. Every single culture is welcome. Every single culture is represented. We actually have in the city of Atlantic City an entire multicultural services division that Mayor Small created that really tries to come up with stuff, for the different communities. I know they're hosting, you took it actually, they had the free intro to Spanish courses for residents. They're having one for Bengali, and they just have pretty much daily activities open to residents, but really geared toward different cultures. They work with doing food box giveaways every week with the Bangladesh community. So just a really big melting pot in Atlantic City, and another thing I just love about being there.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, it was fun taking that class. You would think the name that ends with a Z that I would be down with my Spanish, but I was getting a little better, and thanks to Mimi. And
you want to do the rest of the interview in Spanish? How advanced are you?
Not that advanced.
Fair enough.
We'll chop it up there. We'd probably get in trouble saying some things in Spanish. And so, listen, moving forward now, again, one of the great places of Atlantic City, the Inlet. Lots of booming development going on there where I'm in nauseam in a good way. I talk about it on the radio show. And here as well, we had some of the folks on, Keith Groth, Mike and Terry, North Beach Mini Golf, Epseek and Lighthouse. The aquarium. This is, you hear the term game changer. And I say that it gets used way too much. But this, I say, is a game changer for the Inlet, for the city of Atlantic City, for so many different reasons besides the folks, the kids. But I'm talk about that new grand opening of that wonderful.
And you kind of nailed it. Every single business, every single casino in Atlantic City is going to benefit from this aquarium. It's another thing that's going to bring people to Atlantic City, and while they're visiting the aquarium, they're going to go out to eat. They're going to go see a show. But yeah, really the Inlet neighborhood in particular, one of the most fascinating neighborhoods too, by the way, the Inlet section. I'm astonished by why there's not more development, but I know we're changing that. And to answer your question, the Atlantic City Aquarium, since it's reopening on March 24th, there's been lines at the door on weekends, people dying to get in, and we're still building and we're still adding to it. One of the things coming early this summer on the second floor is going to be interactive touch tanks where people will actually go and be able to touch these stingrays up there, which is going to be awesome. Some people were asking, you guys reopened, why wasn't that ready? Unfortunately, you can't order those fish until right around this time of year. They come in from Florida, actually, so that's why. So I am happy to report, in case people aren't aware, it is half off admission until those fish come. Early this summer. We'll make the announcement when that changes. But if you're in Atlantic City, check out the aquarium. For at least the next several weeks, half off admission. It's going to be great.
That's awesome. Listen, I'm so glad that he was able to spring that on our show here. So again, the kids, the families, the schools, the trips when it comes to businesses, team building. I mean, that's such a multi-purposed area, that aquarium. And then the surrounding of it as well, the Inlet. You got Jeff George and his boat cruises. You got Eric with the power sail. Of course, Gilchrist. I mean, I could move on and on. That is such the heart of that area.
Can you think of a place in Atlantic City that's more of a hidden treasure than Gardner's Basin? I mean, you could literally go there for hours at a time. You can have a delicious breakfast at Gilchrist. You can check out the aquarium, have some lunch and cocktails at Back Bay, go on the cruise like you mentioned. It is really just one of the most special areas, and I'm finding it interesting now as we're doing more media interviews about the aquarium and the reopening, how many people just really aren't aware of the Gardner's Basin area, which truly astonishes me, but also gives me motivation because now I know, that's something we have to really promote. But the aquarium's doing wonders for us and bringing people and discovering that area.
Love it. We'll move on too. I guess it was a couple weeks ago as we taped this show. The parking lot was absolutely mobbed on a Saturday or Sunday. I don't recall which day it was. And I was just like, man, Lord, thank you so much. Because, from an empty parking lot or just where folks were fishing at the wall, with the restoration going on, it's amazing. So, I mean, we'll go on and talk more about that. And thank you again for allowing us to do the radio show from there when you opened. That was a lot of fun.
We were definitely proud to have you. And I do want to tell you one more thing about the aquarium. This summer from Memorial Day through Labor Day, they are extending the business hours. Normal hours are 10 to 5. During the entire summer, it's going to be 10 to 8. So if you're in town, you don't have to rush out at 5 o'clock. You can come after dinner and check it out. Yep.
That is awesome. As we speak today, Pop Lloyd Field. Listen, a gentleman who was a tremendous professional baseball player, the Negro League, should have been in the major leagues, probably would have been for sure. Talk to us about that beautiful retransformation of that field. Amazing.
Well, Henry Poploid, he would be very proud of what the small administration in the city of Atlantic City has done to Poploid Stadium. $5.6 million renovation. You don't hear this too often in the city, but the project was right on target. Broke ground last summer. The goal was to have it open in the spring, and we had a tremendous grand reopening, ribbon cutting. You really have to see it to believe how beautiful it is, but I'll do my best as a former journalist to try to describe it for people who aren't looking at it. New artificial turf, blue and red. The pitcher's mound and the dirt is like from first, second, to third base is a red. It's actually technically it's fireman orange. I just actually learned recently. And then it's a beautiful blue turf. It's not just a baseball field either anymore. It's definitely going to be primarily a baseball field, but it's now a multi-sport complex. You could play soccer there. We're going to have flag football there, lacrosse, field hockey. Our recreation division is running the entire thing and in charge of scheduling. So new lockers, new dugouts, new restrooms. Just another thing, the residents of Atlantic City, in particular residents up in the West Side area and the Venice Park area, something they truly deserve and are going to get great use, and it's going to be something else to keep the youth busy. We're going to organize a lot of stuff, keeping them off the streets, keeping them on the field, keeping them active. That's what our recreation departments do.
And that's what you guys, your administration does, the seniors, the kids. I mean, you do everything and anything possibly for them. Listen, I'm going to put you on the spot here, too. I know there's going to be great Wi-Fi there, too. Maybe a ACMike radio show remote from the media section or whatever it may be.
We would love to have you. And one thing I forgot to mention was the new state-of-the-art sound system. We were actually testing it out at the grand reopening, and we had it about half turned up. We were able to take the microphone all the way out to the outfield and just talking it normally, and you can hear it, and that's just at half blast. So state-of-the-art sound system as well. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful field. I really encourage people to go check it out.
Love it there, folks. That's Poploid Field. Listen, we have a few minutes here. Paving going on in the city. Listen, something that's not just this administration. I could go back 6 of them and people talking about that. It's happening. I've got to ride my bike quite a bit. Always have, not just on the boardwalk, but throughout the city. Love going from Maine to Tennessee. Talk to us what's happening now, progressing.
I guess I couldn't avoid an interview without asking about paving. But you know what? I'm okay with it because it is, finally progressing. And you're right. That's the big thing. This is something that's been happening administration after administration, never able to find the money. The city of Atlantic City was able to secure, the money, and it was held up earlier this year, the federal funding, but that funding has been released. And, we're just waiting now approval from the state to put it out to bid. And as soon as it goes out to bid, knock on wood, this is wood, right? Yeah. This summer, we should have freshly paved roads. And people, we had a press conference announcing, the funding was released, and right after, an hour later, people were like, "How come you're not out there, paving right now if it's released?" That's not how it works, and people understand that, and we understand their frustrations. But the money's released. We're looking forward to putting it out to bid. Council approves whoever wins the bid, and the mayor made it very clear. There's a lot of aspects to this project. But the first thing he's going to do when we're able to start is the paving of Atlantic Avenue, and then we'll do the synchronization of Atlantic and Pacific Avenues, traffic light.
Listen, love it. Again, ride my bike on it. I see many others using it now, too, and as we get into summer 2025, it's going to be used frequently more and more. We love it. Listen, understand that, again, it's not something that happens overnight. We're going to take a quick break here. We're going to talk about another road that I love traveling on, and I just mentioned, the Atlantic City Boardwalk. The first of its kind and the longest of its kind. We'll be right back with Andrew Kramer, Public Information Officer of the great city of Atlantic City. Hey, folks, welcome back to the show. We're talking with Public Information Officer for the great city of Atlantic City, Andrew Kramer. Andrew, when we went to break there, I was talking about one of the great roads, one of the coolest things that, as a 60-year-old man, I still find pretty cool. When I pull my license out, don't like getting pulled over, though. It says my address, and I happen to live on the boardwalk. No fancy penthouse or anything like that, but it says such, such, such boardwalk. Ba, 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 ba. It's a street. Love it. and there's so much going on there in the way of
reconstructing.
Yeah.
You know, the one thing I probably get asked about as much as Atlantic Avenue might be the boardwalk, but what people don't realize is we've actually already been in the process for a little while now of repairing the boardwalk. The inlet section, which we talked about earlier, that's was completely repaired a while ago. Currently, right outside Boardwalk Hall, part of a project funded by the EDA. They're doing that all the way up to Arkansas Avenue. No, I didn't pronounce that wrong. That's how we say it in Atlantic City. I learned that the hard way. And then this fall, through the governor's Boardwalk Preservation Fund, Atlantic City received more money than any other city to repair New Jersey Avenue to Tennessee Avenue. So, you know, strategically, they like to do it in the most traveled areas. Obviously, Boardwalk Hall is a big part of it, and we're talking all new boards. Looks beautiful, feels beautiful. No nails sticking up. So you know, one day, Mike, and I hope I'm still with the city when it happens. We'll have the whole boardwalk repaired. But you know, right now, that's a pretty good section of, like you said, the best resource there is down the shore getting repaired. And I know you're a little extra excited about that, aren't you? I know you're about to be taking advantage of that.
You just put me on the spot. Yeah, the boardwalk trams, working with the tram service. We're going to be and have had a soft opening recently. Atlantic City ACMike boardwalk tram tours, and it's so much fun. Listen, it's something that's been on the back burner for me for about 7 years, I would say, and we finally got it together, myself and the owners of the tram service, so we're partners, and we really cannot wait to kick it off. As we tape this, there's going to be a ribbon cutting, the mayor will be out there, some other distinguished guests, but more importantly, our visitors and residents are going to be out there and be able to enjoy. So I appreciate you bringing that up.
I can't wait to get on myself and check it out. I know you're going to do a great job. It's going to be an awesome business, and full disclosure, I just want people to know, no, we did not repave the boardwalk just for ACMike, although I'm sure, but no, it's kind of goes hand in hand, and I know you're going to talk about the repaving and all the other amazing history of the boardwalk, so congratulations on that, Mike. Seriously.
I appreciate it. Thank you much. Humbly, I say that. Boardwalktours.com. So it's a great spot. Clean and safe. One of the things that in my background and going to these meetings, and I say this jokingly, but I love going to the meetings. You know, sometimes I say I need to get a life, but you know, clean and safe, important. It goes on, and most important of what happens is the aftermath. There's action. Talk to us about that.
Look, it's very easy to say Atlantic City is not clean or safe. It's not true. The numbers alone, you know, crime in Atlantic City in the first quarter of 2025, down 11%. Police released, you know, those stats. So, you know, the Atlantic City Police Department, they're doing some amazing things. You know, more officers. This was a big hit this past summer, adding more officers to the boardwalk. People were saying it just felt safer than it ever has. We just got $3 million from CREDA to pay for more officers on the boardwalk. So, you know, thank you to them. And, you know, one thing the mayor always says is he wants to give his people, in particular the police department, for an example, the tools to succeed. We're just adding these new Polaris vehicles, which are going to be used for the beach. It's going to give the police more visibility, let them ride around the beach and get in some of those, you know, hard to get to areas. We have the Boardwalk Improvement Group, which is police and public works and fire and OEM and everybody, you know, doing sweeps under the boardwalk, making sure, you know, people aren't out there. There's just so much. The citywide camera project is about 2/3 done. This is a $5 million project. There's going to be cameras everywhere in the city, and not just in the tourism district, in the neighborhoods as well. That's extremely important. We don't want people to just feel safe if you're walking the boardwalk or leaving a casino. We want you to feel safe wherever you are in Atlantic City. And then, you know, our Public Works Department, they have tons of cleanup initiatives. They're about to launch their, I can't believe it's already the 4th summer of Clean Communities, which is where, you know, they do neighborhood cleanups, and then they encourage the residents in the neighborhoods to join them, because, you know, we could go out and pick up trash every week, but if people are going to just throw it back out there, it doesn't, you know, serve a good purpose. So it's about, you know, helping people take pride in their neighborhoods. The CDC's doing an amazing job. So look, I'm going to say it, you know, Atlantic City is clean. Atlantic City is safe.
Listen, I love it. Took some folks on the tram tour recently, and that's exactly what they said on the boardwalk. They said, Mike, this is what we hear. I said, well, you see it, make sure you tell your friends and family about it. You touched on the cameras real quick, too. You know, it's my bread and butter, public safety. not only are they just cameras, it's just not this blurry, gurry, you can't notice. If I'm walking around with a black jacket and a blue shirt and a gray hat, it will, and I commit something of that's what we're looking for, it's going to narrow it down. Am I out of left field without a glove talking like that? It literally narrows it down to what you're wearing, who you're at.
And it could do it, I feel like, almost from miles away, too. If they're looking for somebody, like you said, in the blue shirt, you look for somebody in the blue shirt, and they will have all the people, like, right then and there. Police, have a beautiful surveillance center. The officers, the numbers in the police department and fire department are up. It's a really exciting time in Atlantic City for many reasons, and we're really working hard to change this misconception that Atlantic City is not clean and safe.
Love it. And I'm going to touch on one more thing about the boardwalk and the police officers and the city as well. The bike path and all that beautiful on the bike, on the boardwalk last year past 12 o'clock. I was right after the May date, 14th, 15th. I forget exactly what it is. It was probably a week or so after. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. It's about 12:15. Excuse me. Yeah, what's up? It's the police. He's like, yeah, it's not the right time. You got to step down, do whatever. I'm sorry, whatever. And I just stopped and I looked, and he didn't know me. I didn't know the officer. I was like, my man, you don't have to apologize. I said, it's great. I mean, so my point is they're out there doing it. It's not an easy thing to do when folks are, you try and just take a bike ride. But I was more than happy to go down on the board, off the boards. And that's what we have to do.
And, I don't want to say too much because we're not quite there yet, but I know there has been some discussions about, maybe tweaking them, but there's still a lot of things we have to weigh with the police department before we do that. But, unfortunately, I love your boardwalk videos, so unfortunately for that, but from a safety perspective, it's been another thing that's been helping tremendously in Atlantic City.
You say tweaking the hours or whatnot. I know it was your administration that tweaked them from 10 to 12, so maybe you get an hour or two more, but I'm happy with 12 too. Dog parks, listen, near and dear. A lot of our viewers right out there, they love their pets. I see the fencing going up in the inlet. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, if the aquarium and the beautiful new baseball stadium isn't enough, we are about to open a beautiful dog park in Atlantic City. This is at Pacific and New Hampshire, literally right across from Keith Groff's Lighthouse Row homes. This is going to be the first of at least 2 dog parks. The location of the second one still being discussed, but we're looking forward to having the ribbon cutting very soon for a dog park. There's going to be rules. We're already getting people saying, what are you going to do about people cleaning up after their dogs? Of course, there's going to be enforcement. There's a lot of health and safety, matters here, but that will all be taken care of. And yeah, look, Atlantic City is family friendly and it's dog friendly too. So. And another thing in the inlet area, I mean, you stay at Keith Groff's house, you stay in that area, you got the mini golf there, you got the showboat there, you got the dog park there, you got the aquarium there, so.
Lighthouse, listen.
Family entertainment, it's something we take pride in.
Andrew, it's wonderful, and like you said, as far as the keeping it clean and whatnot, I think it's just like anything. You touched on the EDC's Chelsea, Midtown, Ducktown Inlet a little while ago. That has made a significant difference in the city as far as the resident. The folks are taking pride, seeing their neighbor, taking a simple thing with the trash can back. Not that they didn't, but it just happens that way. Block captains. So I believe it would be the same, for the dog park. I mean, the residents love what's going on.
No, again, it's going to be a great addition. And again, kudos to the CDCs. They make my job a lot easier. I'm always trying to promote, cleaning up Atlantic City, but I don't even have to be out there all the time now. They're always posting, their cleanups and tremendous partner with the city. Yep.
Listen, website, Great Day Gazette. I want you to go into both of them as we go into this interview. Amazing. One of the things Atlantic City was suffering in a great way was that website.
Yep.
Not no more.
Yeah, absolutely. So those are 2 different things. The Great Day Gazette is our monthly City of Atlantic City newsletter. That's something that Mayor Small told me on day one he wanted me to create, and then he told me I have 3 weeks to get the first one out. This was on day one of my job. So after a little bit of panicking, we got the first one out, and it's really turned into my most favorite part of the job. It really is, because we get to highlight all this stuff that we're talking about, the aquarium and all that. And then we also get to highlight the employees too. We have some of the hardest working individuals who work for the city of Atlantic City, public works and the different departments and stuff like that. So you could go to our city website, which is acnj.gov. There is a Great Day Gazette section. We try to put it out right around the first few days of the month. Definitely recaps the last month of everything happening. And then during the the Mayor's State of the City earlier this year, we did soft launch a brand new website. This is through grant funding. It's called GreatDayAtlanticCity.com. And the purpose of this website, you know, we have a lot of great marketing people in Atlantic City, in particular Visit Atlantic City, who's been absolutely crushing it. So, you know, this website isn't so much about tourism. That's kind of what they do. But this is more of promoting Atlantic City in the other great ways that it is. This is about showing people that Atlantic City is an amazing place to invest. It's about showing people Atlantic City is an awesome place to live. It's about showing people it's a great place to start a business. And, you know, to do that, we speak to the people who've invested their money and time in Atlantic City. We just did a great interview with the Mad Mutts guys, Mike and Mike, who, if you don't know, they were just on the you know, national TV.
I had them on the radio.
I'm sure you did, and they are phenomenal. But they're an example of people who show that you can succeed in Atlantic City. They started this business in Atlantic City, and they're about to go global. So stuff like that is what we work to feature on this website, www.greatdayatlanticcity.com. We talked to Keith Groff recently, who he's one of the people responsible for rejuvenating the inlet section. And you know, I know very, very soon in the next few years, you know, that inlet section is going to look entirely different. And, you know, residents too. Why is it great to live in Atlantic City? Don't ask me and you. You know, well, you can ask me and you, but, you know, I also want to talk to the people, you know, who've been in here for some 50 years,
Exactly.
50 plus years. You know, why did you stick around all this? So that's kind of what we're doing with this new website. It's been phenomenal. We're looking forward to doing our full launch. We're still a little bit ways away, but you can go on it now and check some of this stuff out. www.greatdayatlanticcity.com.
You got about 30 seconds. I know you can do it. Talk about the scholarships real quick.
So, you know, I'm going to quote Mayor Small here. Youth and seniors are my two most precious resources. Our youth services department and rec department have so many activities. Our senior services department too. And probably my favorite thing, you know, that we do here is these scholarships. For the last 3 years, Mayor Small used rescue plan money to invest $1 million a year in the youth of Atlantic City. The third year, you know, the resumes we're doing, the kids are about to find out, and just life-changing stuff, making a difference in the residents' lives. And for some people, it's a difference of, hey, I'm able to go to college or I'm not. You know, each student gets $10,000. That's a lot of money. Yeah. And that's, you know, Mayor following through on his initiative.
And everybody can find this stuff one more time. Tell them where.
I'm going to give both websites, www.acnj.gov for more of the city news kind of stuff, and then www.greatdayatlanticcity.com.
I can't wait. Listen, it's going to be a great summer leading right into the fall, winter, and then 2026. Andrew Kramer, Public Information Officer, great city of Atlantic City, is a great guy as well. Folks, we'll be right back. Stay right where you're at, please. Hey folks, it's our belief here at the Mike Lopez TV Show that you, the viewers and our guests, bring the show to life. Thanks to each and every one of you for joining us. To learn more about AC Mike, go to ACMikeNJ.com, on Facebook, AC Mike, Mike Lopez, and LiveWorkPlayAC. On Instagram, you can find me at ACMikeNJ. And if you enjoyed watching today's show, you can also listen to my radio show on 1400 and 92.3, online at WONDradio.com. Monday through Friday, noon till 1 p.m. Remember to always live, work, play, AC, and I'll see you on the 48.